Okay, I hope you're excited over this challenge because I know I am. I have still tons of scraps, and some of them are chunkier. And, you know, what a fun way to get rid of them. Make pouches, okay? Who can't use a pouch around the house? You fill it up, you put it in your drawer, you put it on your shelf, whatever. But it organizes things, it keeps things together. And you know what? You can use these for gift bags when you get through also. And there's just all kinds of things you can do with them. So let's make them. Now let's get on with this one. I think I want to use some fringe, so I'm going to, let me open this up so I don't pin to the back side. And I have decided I'm not going to decorate the back side because it doesn't really show, and it's a whole lot of work that I could be putting into the next one. And after all, it's my challenge. I better rack up some points, right? And so I think I'm just going to do the front sides of these Scrappy pouches. And now I'm going to make them as in as many different ways as I can dream up, but I think I'm just doing the front side when it comes to fixing them up. All right, let me get this fringe on here. And this pretty little fringe, this was off of a scarf, I believe. It was pink with black hearts on it. And it has this pretty little trim, and it just really fits the color combination in this right here. Let's just put him up and over. Let him just hang down there and add his little fringy self to this pouch. Slapdash here is just looking good. Okay, I like that, I like that. Now I made one more thing that I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put it, but I took this button that was a shank button. I tore some really tiny strips and ran as many through as I could get. I folded it over and get through that shank. And it just made this cute little thing here. Isn't that cute? And I think I'm going to maybe put it something like that, or come over here and do it from this side. No, I think it's gonna have to go right there. Maybe down a little bit. Oh, now isn't that gonna set it? I think that will be pretty much enough for me, unless I do something along here. But ooh, I'm liking that. So I wanted to show you how far I've gotten along here so far on this, and also what my intentions are. Let me take this off for now. I had this brainy idea, since this is torn at the top. I thought, look, I have this burlap bag, and the bottom is cut off of it for some reason. So I thought, why don't it fits the width perfectly, put it inside and use it as part of the bag. Sew it front, sew it back, and it itself will be part of the bag, and it even has little draw up tie strings on it, so I wouldn't have to do a Velcro anything on it. But that would make a complete pouch bag. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? I love it. I just think I will do that. I think that's a brilliant idea. Oh, I had a flash of brilliance today. That'll last me for a week. Okay, till next time, I will get this sewn, and then I will get back and show you what I have done with this and how many points I ended up with, okay? Till then, let's stay scrap Scrappy Pouch Challenged Happy. Whoa, what a mouthful. Well, I got so into this project that I had to finish my first pouch for the challenge. And I just wanted to show you how totally scrappy it is, how perfectly imperfect it is. Yet I think it's absolutely beautiful. I just love it. And it's very good. It's going to hold a lot of stuff in there. You know, it's good size. Let me see what it is here. It is 12 by 11. So almost a foot by a foot here. And what a, you know, that's going to be really, really good. And I did use the burlap bag with the bottom cut out of it. And I searched around and I found some more of these burlap bags that I had. And they still have their bottoms in it. But I think I'm going to cut the bottom out and keep using them as the tops because that just makes a really cool bag, doesn't it? Okay. And the back I just left plain, like I said. The backs are just not going to show that much, so I'd rather make 100 bags than 50 that have backs embellished. But anyway, we'll go with this. But anyway, I like what I did, and I just held it there. Just a lot of scraps on there. I did just some rough stitching. Just went through the whole thing on the sides with the stitching to create the, you know, the pouch. I came across and sewed this to the top of this part, and then started back down again and sewed through everything to close off the pouch on like that. And since this placemat was just folded over, it creates, I don't have to do anything on the bottom to close it up, it's closed. And since the burlap has its own finished edge and little tie strings, I don't have to mess with that either. So if you have any of these burlap gift bags laying around, well, grab some. And otherwise, you could see how you could just take a scrap of fabric and you wouldn't need a very wide piece. Just make your little casing, put your string through it, and put your embellishment on the front. Anyway, I'm going to do another one now that I've got this one done. I also just wanted to show you a little bit more up close just how simple the stitching is. I did some little French knots, little pistol stitches up there. Nothing, I tacked down the streamer things just so protect them a little bit more. Just did some stitching with different color threads. Did some couching on this fabric across here. Just nothing. Look how crooked I am. But doesn't that add charm to it? Hey, I think so. It's nice and straight on this side, but it's wonky on this side. So wonky's good. I like wonky. And remember how this was cut off here? The trim was cut off. So I found another piece of trim I had, little fringy stuff, and just folded it over and sewed it on. So it made a nice finish to that. Overall, I just love it. It's cute. It's a nice size bag, and it's going to hold some treasures for me. And I'm going to use them to decorate around my house. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put some in my sewing porch and my living room. I think I might even put one in my bathroom full of nice toiletries for guests and things. Anyway, I'm just loving it. So let me show you what I've drug out to start on my next one. Oh, and let me tally up while you're here. Let me tally up what my score is here. Okay, let me get a pen. Let me write this down. In my old age, I don't remember things real well. So let's see. Tattered, yes, it was tattered, so that's 1. Thrifted, no. Glitz and bling. I did put a beautiful, pretty button on here, so I'm going to call that glitz and bling. So that's another one. Fringe, yes. Treasure, no, I don't have a treasure on there. I don't have anything that's really nostalgic for me. I do have some vintage fabric in it. I'm really believing that this fabric was gifted to me, so I'm going to count that. Trim, I do have trim. I have the lace, and I have the more fringe, and I have this lace. So I'm going to call that trim, this fringe here. So I'm going to call that some trim. And I've named it Slapdash. So Slapdash it is. So my very first one is 7 points, and Slapdash is its name. My first one for the year. 7 points, Slapdash. Let me do this like this. I won't have to go back and count them all. So I'm going to keep a running total of this up here on my desk for the year, and I'll add to it as I make more and more, and using my criteria here for this. So I've got 7 points, guys, and 1 pouch done. I am smoking here. Okay, let me put this where I can find it again, right here. All right. That wasn't too bad, was it? 7 out of 10 wasn't too bad. All right. Okay, now let's see what I'm going to do next. I'm going to work with another one of these bags I found, and I will be cutting it off because it's, I really don't want a bag that tall. So by the time I cut it off and slip it under my fabric, and this is going to be my main fabric. I had a piece of this upholstery fabric remnant, and I'm thinking I can do like I did before. I turn that up like that because I like this idea. I like using the bag. This fabric is substantial, so I can turn it up. I don't have to, reinforce it. And then I found this piece of fabric that I thought that, let's see here, and it's been cut into. I've had this forever. This is definitely going to count as vintage because I don't know how old this fabric is, but it's old. Let me just tear me off a piece here so I don't have to deal with the whole thing. Okay. Oops, sorry. Knocked everything around. Okay, let me put this back in some kind of order. Okay. We got strings. Put that in our string bucket. Take off the excess ones. Put them in our string bucket. Okay. And I'm thinking that I'm going to fold this and use that as a binding on the top, front and back. So this one will have like a binding on it. Okay. Now what am I going to add to it and fuzzy it up and glitz it up and all. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking that's a cool combination for the next one, using scraps. You know, I've had this sitting on the shelf forever, and I'm so happy. I've got several of them, and I'm going to use them and these bags in this challenge this year, I think. Okay, at least for the first few. I think that would be cool, don't you? I really do. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let me just cut me off a piece here. I don't think I need it. Oh, that length. Yep, that'll work. Anyway, you get the idea of what I'll be doing. And everything is going to be rough and scrappy. Nothing's going to be perfect at all. I don't want it that way. I want it to look my style. And so that's what I'm going to do. All right. That's where I'm going next. I think, let's see if I would like the other side better. I thought this was pretty, but I'll be covering up a lot of that. Let's see if I flip it, if I like the other side any better. Let's just play with that a minute. Oh, that's kind of cool too, isn't it? I love the darkness of that. So if I were to put this as a top binding on it, that would be a nice contrast. And you know what? I like the darker side. Don't you think that's prettier? I do. All right. We're definitely going to go with that. Now, I have got this elongated up here, but if I wanted to, I could fold this up even more, and I could bring this up to that size pouch, okay? And lay this right in there like that. Wouldn't have too much of the burlap looking. You know what? I might do that this time because that gives the second one just a little different look and a little different size, and it also allows more of this darker blue fabric to show. What do you think? I'm loving it. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. I can't get carried away, though, because I've got quilts to work on and videos to make. So, but this is where I'm going next. So I hope y'all are jumping in because we're just getting started. Let's go for it.